What's up, everybody? I know my YouTube people have been missing me. I ain't done a video in a while, so I ain't gonna give y'all the fancy, cool camera treatment, special movie magic today. I'm just gonna bring it straight to you. Alright, so this video right here, something I've been meaning to do. Now, let me tell you guys about my schedule so you don't get so upset about why I don't do videos. Alright, most of the time I'm doing training 7 days a week. Alright, when I'm not doing training, when I get out of training, my kids got gymnastics till like 9 o'clock. I'm tired, okay? So I get home, I go to bed, I cook, I do whatever. And that's why most times you see me shoot videos, I say I'm tired because I'm shooting it at about 11 o'clock. Well, today, it's a Sunday. I'm chilling, had a relaxing weekend so I can bring you guys a video. Now, this is going to be part one. Part two, I'm bringing to you tomorrow because I have to be in my office where all my videos are. And I'm going to talk about, well, let's talk about today. Today, we're talking about the combat mindset, alright? This is something I've been meaning to shoot for a long time, alright? These are all the things as an instructor that I see that people do in class or on the range after you train them to do something totally different. These are all the complacent things that they do when they go on the range, or the complacent things that they do in class that I picked up on that I wanted to share with you guys so you will practice out of these habits. If you practice into these habits, you will keep these habits. Therefore, your combat mindset will always be jacked up. Alright, some other things I wanted to add was just the combat mindset of gun handling. Most people would call them the gun handling rules, okay? I'm just going to say the combat mindset, okay? Yes, there is a difference between a combat, urban science to combat mindset or combative shooting than there is to other styles of shooting. Alright, let's look at it. In competition, you are told when to load the gun, when to unload the gun. In competition, you are told to hit the target 1 time, 2 times, that's it. If you go over that, your score will be dropped or something like that. In combat, you are timed, so speed matters. In competition, speed matters. Okay? In competition, a perfected shot matters. Okay? In combat, an accurate shot matters. A combative, accurate shot matters. In combat, there are certain things we do with our gun. We're not stricken by rules or by safety rules or by other things. Alright, so today we're going to talk about the combat mindset. And guess what, guys? A lot of stuff you already know, and some of the stuff a lot of you guys are doing that you think is cool, that we're going to shut all that nonsense down. Hopefully, you're listening today. You're listening to my video when I put it up tomorrow, and you're going to be like, God dang, Steve, I think I got it. I think I'm going to follow this. Alright, so here we go. Let's talk about the first thing. It's not in any particular order, but just talking about things. Alright, first of all, I do have my gun. It is loaded. You guys can see the bullet in there. Okay, it is loaded. I keep my gun loaded in my house and everywhere I go. Why is that? Because an unloaded gun is an unuseful gun. Okay? How many times have you watched a video or have you been robbed and the guy said, hey, I'll point this gun at you after you rack yours, and when you get ready, let me know. It don't happen that way. It's called a combat mindset. Okay? I don't go into battle hoping that I'm going to have the opportunity to get ready. Alright? I have to be ready. So, let's talk about it. What we got here? People that leave my class with the mindset that they think that they just got enough training that will suffice them. Okay? That is a mental issue. Okay? That is called mental retardation. Alright? When you leave anybody's classroom, anybody's gun class, anybody's safety class, and you feel like you have perfected that game, that's a problem. Doctors who leave the doctor's program still have to go out and get another residency program, and they still don't feel comfortable to work on a body by itself alone. It takes years. So why do us as gun combative people think, that we can go out, take one class, and we're good to go? That's a mindset issue. Okay? Moving on. Alright, firearms are not point and shoot devices. They are not point and shoot devices. What does that mean, Steve? Well, you see the camera, I can go from this angle, way over here, and I can go way over here, and I can capture everything inside the frame. this little 9mm, okay, or what most people call the .355, all right, millimeter hole is not point and shoot. With this camera, I can point into a space and I can capture the whole frame. With this little guy, if I point it in the wrong direction without aligning my sights and shooting correctly, I have just killed somebody that I did not want to shoot in the first place. Okay? Stop thinking with the point and shoot mentality. Point shooting is wrong. Okay? A lot of people will tell you, oh, it's the mentality of a gunfight. You will point and shoot. You will never index your sights, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something, guys. If you can see your sights in your eyesight, in your eyeball, it is not point shooting. A lot of people think point shooting is addressing this gun up here and seeing in my sight. I can still see my sights right now, although I'm looking at the lens. Okay, so I can guarantee that my shot is going to be shortly below, or right below that lens. All right, it won't be a point shot. Okay, a point shot for me, what I train my students, is the number 3 position. I'm right here. Okay, I can't see my sights. My gun is pointing in the direction of the bad guy. The close quarter shooting position, number 2 position. I cannot see my sights, but I can align my muzzle into the straight point of that person's body. Those are 2 ways that I can consider point shooting. Okay, again, if I just did that every time I shot, I could never guarantee my shot at distance. Okay, guns are not point and shoot devices. Okay, you point and shoot it, you will find yourself in jail someday. All right, don't do it. Everything you do with the gun in the daytime should be reciprocal at night. Steve, what does that mean? Everything I do to handle this gun in the daytime should be reciprocal at night. I'm about to hurt some feelings right now. Okay? You know, everybody knows this. What was that? Freaking press check. Let me tell you something, guys. Press check is the coolest looking thing in the world when you... the coolest looking thing in the world. But what did you just do for yourself? I'm waiting. Nothing. Nothing. Alright? You told yourself something was in the gun. But how do I guarantee or know something that's in the gun at nighttime? I can't do a press check bull. Let's say I don't have a Glock and I can't do my thumb feel of my load indicator. What's the next best thing? I got to load that bastard and throw one of those rounds. Alright? I have to. If I don't, look at the chances you're taking here. One possible round versus 17 good ones. Let's do the math. One possible good round, possible bad round for 17 good ones. Yeah, I think I'll throw a round out rather than save it. Steve, but I need that 18th round. Guess what, guys? You'll make that argument, but in the same token, you'll have the argument where I only need 5 shots. I can kill somebody in 5 shots. I can stop the fight in 5 shots. Which one is it? You can't have both arguments. Okay? Daytime, nighttime have to be reciprocal. Okay? What's a nighttime fix of a malfunction? On a double feed, lock and slide to the rear, dump the magazine, run the crap out of there. Okay? I can't go into all these other cool measures because they won't work for me at nighttime because I can't see things. Now, most of you are sitting there saying, but Steve, I'll never be in pitch black darkness. Guess what? You don't know that. Okay? How do you know you won't get blood in your eyes? How do you know you won't get dirt in your eyes? How do you know when you shoot the gun the first time in combat that something won't go wrong to blur your vision? You don't know. Me and my buddy, Elijah Shaw, was sitting down and talking yesterday. Alright, the one thing we talked about was the quote I put on one of my pictures. You don't know unless you know. Okay? If you ain't ever been punched in your head by somebody that's trying to get you, you won't know what it feels like. If you never had a gun pointed at you, you won't know your reaction. Never had a knife put to your face, a knife slashed at you, you won't know what you will do until it happens. So don't tell me the things that you want to believe are true, make sure you get your mindset right and say, hey, I need to do these things for practice to guarantee that by the time these things happen, I will respond accordingly. All right? That's proper mindset. A lot of people get into this funky mojo, I don't know what you call it, but they get into this mojo where it's like, man, I'm going to listen to that guy. He's great. He's been 5 wars and all this other stuff. He's been here, been there. He's won all kind of world competitions. And that does what for you? Nothing. All right? Don't get fascinated by my resume. Don't get fascinated by somebody else's resume. Do what fits for you that will win the fight for you. Because guess what? Steve's resume is never going to help you in a gunfight, and that's called mindset. All right? If you're not functional up here, doesn't matter how functional Steve is. All right? Let's see what else we got. Oh, perfect story. My student walked in the other day, this week as a matter of fact, and said, Mr. Turner, I thought you had lost your mind. I don't know what was going on with you. I said, what made you say that, man? He said, dude, when you walked in, I didn't see a gun on you. And I'm like, man, I watch your YouTube videos, and I know for a fact I got to be losing it because I know you got to have a gun on you somewhere. And when he saw me pull my gun out of the appendix carry, he was like, oh, god dang, man, I was getting ready to say, there's no way in the world Mr. Turner, with all this mindset that he got, walking out the house without no darn gun. Let me tell you something, guys. My mindset is I walk out the house with no less than 2 guns. Now, that doesn't mean I'm carrying 2 guns on me, but you'll never know that now, will you? Alright? I go out the house with no less than 2 guns. Why? Because these things are human-made. These things can go down on you at any time. And guess what? If I have another magazine, that's great. But it ain't too great when that gun is broken. Alright? The secondary gun comes into place just in case this bad boy go down. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so should I carry the same likeness of gun? Yes. If you have the opportunity, the money, and whatever else to get you 2 like guns, and it doesn't have to be 2 Glock 19s or 2 1911s that are the same size, just maybe a compact and a full size, subcompact and a compact, it doesn't matter. If they're likeness, that means that they will accept each other's magazines. Now, of course, on my Glock 19, I can't shoot Glock 26 magazines out of them. So what do you think my mindset will tell me to do first? I would probably want to position my Glock 26 to be the first gun that I shoot. Why? Because if that bad boy goes down, I can pull a Glock 19 magazine out of here, or I can just go shoot my Glock 19. It will only make sense to do it that way. Okay? Yes, you can carry 1 gun out the house every day, and it could work perfectly for you, but that's not a combat mindset. Combat mindset is I always have a plan B. I always have a backup plan. If you do not have a backup plan, that is not a combat mindset. Make sure you're always thinking. Thinking is key. Alright? Don't be naive. Don't be deceptive. Alright? Or don't let somebody deceive you into thinking that you don't need these things. Okay? For you guys out there that call me all the time for the cool training, don't be deceived. My cool training will do nothing for you if you're not training before you get there. Okay? Fundamentals are key. If you're not practicing the fundamentals, if you're not getting them down, you will never be any good to yourself. Alright? So don't go into the cool mentality. That's not combat thinking. Okay? Gun safety. Combat mind gun safety is you not being stupid with your gun. Okay? Me pointing at this camera is not gun safety. It's not a gun safety violation or issue. Okay? That's you being retarded on the other end of my camera saying, man, he's pointing a loaded gun at me. That's retarded mindset. Somebody has you in that mindset for the wrong reasons. Okay? In a gunfight, you will have to point a gun at a human being for a good reason. Alright? You will have to point a gun at a gun in a gunfight for good reason.